winter arc has essentially turned into a joke, and here is why. It used to represent the traditional winter bulking season, defined by empty gyms and those biting cold mornings, where you'd only cross paths with the most seasoned runners. Today, it has mostly become a cry for attention, where clones stage their own emo goth phase over anime openings. It is honestly on the same level as New Year's resolutions, people seeking self-assurance rather than actual results. To fix this, I'm going to give you my keys to crushing your winter arc and ensuring you destroy the competition by March 17th. It all comes down to a simple question. Why is Michael Jordan one of the greatest athletes of all time? It wasn't just his talent, his charisma, or his spirit. It was his unwavering commitment to the fundamentals of basketball. He was famous for spending countless hours drilling basic skills like shooting, dribbling, and passing. Jordan himself repeatedly emphasized that basics were the foundation of his success. To use this anecdote, you need to define the bedrock of the field you want to grow in, whether it's physical, psychological, academic, athletic, or artistic. You need to assess where you stand with those fundamentals. For instance, if you want to be a top-tier boxer, you must ensure you excel in punching technique, defense, and footwork, as well as your physical conditioning. Ippo didn't become a champion by nature, he trained for it. Similarly, if you want to be a great filmmaker, you should focus on storytelling, storyboarding, and being meticulous with details. Devote yourself first to building or developing these basics, then seek to insert your personal signature. In the world of business and entrepreneurship, there is something called a unique value proposition. It highlights the specific features or advantages that give a company a competitive edge. To put it simply, in the mathematical equation of your skills, your physique, your genetics, or your intelligence, this is the X factor that allows you to stand out. But it won't happen by magic. You are the one who has to work for it, either by adding a new element, like working on your vertical leap, or improving your handle in basketball, or by reinforcing something you already possess. If you already have great natural bounce, train to multiply it and become exceptional. Returning to Michael Jordan, his X factor was that intense competitive spirit he shared with his brothers since childhood. He amplified it through relentless work on the basics. He would even invent fake altercations with opponents just to stay motivated and aggressive on the court. Now, your goal is to find your own unique value proposition. To do that, just experiment. Don't be afraid to test different paths. It's completely normal. Remember that your X factor can be something you're already naturally good at, that you want to take to the top, or a weakness you decide to sharpen into a weapon. Once that's done, we move on to the cleanup. Chekhov's gun is a narrative principle stating that every element in a story must be necessary, and irrelevant elements should be removed. For example, if a writer places a gun in a story, there must be a reason for it, like it being fired later in the plot. If I told you earlier that I lied, and Ippo actually became a champion by nature, it was to highlight one thing: his unwavering dedication to the tasks he was given. That mental aspect allowed him to maintain flawless discipline and progress exponentially. What you must remember is that his devotion allowed him to commit body and soul to his craft. You must use Chekhov's gun to eliminate unnecessary details from your own journey. If they don't serve your comeback in the spring, they have no place here. You have to prioritize because you can't focus on 10 different things in a single season. If you want to be a better student, put your studies, your discipline, and memory techniques at the heart of your routine. This doesn't mean neglecting everything else, but it does mean giving them less space. Doing all of this will allow you to return in March, having made real progress, without feeling like you've been stuck in a loop or stagnating. I used the winter arc as an example because it's relevant right now, but this is something you can implement every season. See it as a periodization of your skill growth. You cycle your evolution, leveling up each season to enter a virtuous cycle. If you've made it this far, know that I'm also starting this arc with the goal of running a marathon in under 4 hours, on March 17th exactly. That's why I chose that date. I'm coaching myself, and I want to see how far I can go with the theory I've gathered. If you have a challenge you'd like to set for yourself, share it with me in the comments. I'd love to read about it.